Your background's so much more interesting than mine, Erica.
I set it up that way on purpose. So I was just talking to Eric about it. Like, I have so much like crap over there. Like, this is the perfect angle where you can just see like race stuff.
My phone was about to die, so I had to charge it, and I'm sitting on the floor.
Oh, jeez.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 79 of the On the Runs podcast. We are coming to you virtual tonight. Erica is in her beautiful spare bedroom studio. Mine is still very bare. I'll work on that. But Erica, what's up?
Not a whole lot, man. Sunday night when we're finally getting together. I mean, just looking at your background, we got to get you some posters or something. Maybe maybe some nice UFOs swag or
UFOs followed us.
We gotta get some sponsors. Did they really? Oh yeah.
They followed us back because I posted the video of Tyler walking around in my UFOs, and
They love
UFOs
it.
was like starting a recovery young.
Yeah, come on, sponsors. We gotta get some stuff for Nude over there.
Let's get on. Like, it's amazing how you might spend some time. You might think this reel is going to be awesome, or this post, and it gets like a couple likes, or not likes, but the views. And then I post a random 9-second video of my 2-year-old walking around in UFOs, and it blew up. It blew up like a couple thousand, but it is like,
It counts.
what gives in the algorithm? I don't get it. Babies are cute. All right, if that's it,
There you
works for
go.
me. I'll post
Yeah,
a
I know
lot.
nothing about the algorithm, so don't even ask me.
You dropped the line there. It's Sunday night. It is Sunday night. We always record the Tros on Monday night, but thank you for
Somebody is
accommodating
busy.
this for me. I have a very busy Monday night. I actually shifted our interview this week one day to Tuesday. So you are like super flexible, and you just
I'm just the best, man.
you
What can I
are.
say?
You just do whatever I need. It's like, hey, I need this day or that. Yeah, sure, not a problem. You got it. Just don't schedule anything on my race day or the night before, and I'm good.
Yep, basically, yeah. I'm pretty flexible that way. So as long as we're on the same page there, that works for me.
Absolutely. But anyways, you have a good weekend besides running? And you do anything fun?
I did. Got to see our good friend Danielle. She took me to a comedy show on Friday night. We saw Michelle Wolf down in Boston. So that was a lot of fun. And Saturday, I got to see Shauna and Ashley Flem. Well, Laufenberg, I guess. But we got to hang out and see them for a little while. And yeah, today I did a run. So I had a pretty fulfilling weekend, I think.
How's Flem Dog?
She's really good. She came down because her daughter had a field hockey game, so she was staying at Shauna's house and hanging out. So it was really good to see her. It's been a long time, but she was doing great, and yeah, everybody's good. How was your weekend?
Well, I was just going to say, I'm sure we'll see her and everyone in a couple weeks, or what do we call it? Like Friendsmas, Christmas, Friendsmas. Yeah, we'll see them around then.
Yeah, got a little while, but it's coming close.
Yeah.
But I know what you did. You had a cheer weekend, didn't you?
I did, but I wasn't supposed to, actually, now that you bring it up.
Oh, really?
Cheerleading super early in the morning, and I was like, Ashley, I'll take Adeline this time. Just, I'll take her, and you can stay home with the boys and rest. She's like, no, I want to go. So they go to cheer. They wake up at like 6 and go, and I get a phone call at 7:30, and they forgot stuff. So I legit grabbed the boys. Yeah, I grabbed the boys. I threw them in the van. They were still sleeping. Like, they just woke up. And I grabbed all their clothes, everything. I even remembered socks, but I couldn't find the shoes. So I assumed they were in the van. They weren't. I have no clue where they were in a bag that was somewhere else. So I got to Concord High School, met Ashley at the door. I'm in the van. I give her what they forgot, little hair bow thingies, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going to come in. So I went and I parked like half a mile away. And it was raining, but it was light rain. And I had to carry the boys a half a mile. Here's the funny thing, actually. This older couple, grandparents of someone, they walked by me as I'm changing the boys in their diapers in the back of the van. I have the back up, and I'm doing this all before. I carried them, and they go, "Oh, you got your hands full." I'm like, "Yeah, you want to grab one?" And they just laughed. They thought it was funny. And I walked, like I said, half a mile to the gymnasium. And I go inside the gymnasium. I find Ashley. She's waving me out. She's all the way at the back. And I'm walking up the steps and sit down. And I sit down and I look at Ashley and one of the other mothers whose name is Brittany. And Brittany's daughter hangs out with Adeline all the time. And I look at the older couple, the grandparents, sitting next to Brittany. And I go, those two walked right by me and didn't offer to help.
Not gonna
And
lie,
they-
I don't know if I would have offered to help. I would have been like, "Oh, they're cute. Bye."
It was so funny because they were like, they realized like, oh, that's the guy. That's the superhero dad who's handling two 2-year-old twins, changing diapers and getting them dressed outside in the rain in the back of the van. At the end of everything, the grandmother carried one of the boys back for me.
Did she? Well, that
Yep.
was very nice of her.
And the girls did awesome. They got second place. So if Ricky Bobby was there, he would have said you were the first loser, but they did great. They were disappointed because it was the first competition all year they did not win.
Oh, well, at least now they know what it's like to be on both sides. They'll appreciate wins more.
But it's all good. The girls didn't lose to a better team. They made a couple mistakes, and they're going to have to get back at it this week in practice and kill it, crush it for next
Good
week's
for them.
competition. So, yeah,
Awesome.
cheer, Dad.
Yeah, I
I
saw
had
some of
hockey
your
and
I saw some of your videos and I was like, this is chaos. Just
it
like
is chaos.
hundreds of little girls like
I had
so
people
loud
message.
and screaming and oh my gosh.
I had a couple DMs of mothers saying like, "Oh, I miss it," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm sure you're doing just fine without it."
Right.
Yeah.
Your eardrums will recover faster without it.
Well, anyway, so today I was back on the ice, refed a few games, and then we fired up the griddle and we made some hamburgers. And we didn't have
Nice.
buns, but we used Texas toast as the buns and threw some avocado on it. And
Did
it
you
ended
just
up.
invent something awesome?
Yeah, I did.
That sounds amazing.
It was. It was pretty good.
I'm all over that. Make me
yeah.
one next time.
Yes, I'm very excited about my griddle, and I just moved it to about 10 feet outside the door, so I don't have to shovel much to get to it in the winter. I'm excited. So,
Very nice.
do you want to get to running into this month, into everything exciting and fun going on?
We probably should. We can't keep the listeners on the hook for that long.
All right. So this weekend, are you excited? Who do we finally get to meet in person, face to face, physical contact with hugs? I'm sure I'm going to give the high fives, maybe a good game pat on the butt. Who do we get to meet?
Ooh, you guys. Patrick Lieber is going to be in town. Oh, we are so excited to finally meet him in person. I feel like we are already like best friends just because of all the back and forth talk, and he's just been so awesome to us and we love him so much. So the fact that he's actually coming to our neck of the woods, I'm very excited to finally meet him.
I'm super excited. And this week, actually, later in the week, we're interviewing one of his high school classmates, and we're going to get the dish. Yeah, we're going to get the dish on what Patrick was like in high school, I'm sure. So,
oh, excellent.
Yes. But on Saturday, we're all committed. We bought our race
up.
registrations. We signed up. We're going to be at the Run the Res in Auburn, right off exit 2, 5-mile loop around Tower Hill Pond. It's going to be a lot of fun. It is a trail, Erica. Are you okay? You've been falling lately on trails. Are you going to avoid the fall this time?
No guarantees. But do I need trail shoes? Like, I do have those ready. Like, I'm getting used to them. And
it's not the smoothest trail. It's not the smoothest trail.
Maybe I'll wear them just to be safe. I'll do okay. But it's in the daylight. I'm telling you, that'll make a difference 100%. So I will be fine. Plus, I'll be running with you guys. So maybe I'll try to focus and talk at the same time. And it's going to be fine. I'll be good.
Well, Coach asked me today, she goes, this race you're doing on Saturday, is it for fun or are we racing? And I go, ooh, I like it when you say, are we racing? But it's for fun.
Oh, yeah. I'm not, like, Patrick's coming all the way here. There's no way I'm not going to run with him the whole time. So come on.
Tara's going to be there. I think Lindsay's going to be there. You just told me Anthony Jackson dropped you a DM today.
Sure
He's going to be there.
Can't wait to see AJ.
You know what else is going to be there?
Who?
T-shirts. T-shirts are
Oh,
going to be there.
you said what else? And I said who. So yes, t-shirts. I have been waiting for my t-shirt. I need it. So
Well, we
yes,
haven't
we
been
will
together in a
divvy them
while.
out.
We've been virtual like for months
It's
now,
so
and
weird.
I love it, but just think of how
Mhm.
much fun it's going to be when we're together again.
That is true.
Yes.
We'll have to
So
choose wisely.
I
Get you
will
over to
have
my house.
I will have T-shirts for everyone who's there who ordered one. I will have some extras in case you didn't order one. I am prepared. I got extras. So yeah, I'm super
Nice job.
excited. And everything has been great. Last week's episode was amazing with Sherry. It was so much fun. One thing is so many cool responses we've gotten recently. This isn't the only one. Like for
Mhm.
episodes now going on for weeks and months, listeners of ours have slid into the DMs of some of our guests in recent months, and it's super cool because like their story might be impactful or something. They'll just say, "Erica, I
Mhm.
loved your story. It was so cool." And we got a lot of that with Sherry this past week.
Ugh, it makes me so, so happy. I just love when our listeners, our guests, whoever just connect with each other. And it just goes to show that, yes, you are helping, even if it's just one person, your story is making a difference. So you are doing wonderful things. So just keep doing what you're doing, friends. It's awesome.
Yeah. We appreciate you guys doing that because it shows actually to these guests and
Mhm.
these people that, oh, people did hear my story. That was amazing. Like
Yeah.
I remember when it happened with Kobe Jacobus, and
Yes.
someone had the birth of a son who had the same issue that Kobe had, and it was just so encouraging to them that they're like, oh, well, he's been through this, and now I feel much
Mhm.
better about what my kid is going
Yeah,
to
they
be
can
going
still be
through.
active and live their
Yeah,
life the way they want. It's great.
yeah. So that's amazing. And the other amazing thing is just this whole month has been awesome because we had Jay and then we had Sherry and today we have Chris. And let's talk about Jay real quick before we get to Chris. It is,
Mhm.
if you're listening on Tuesday, the day this drops, tomorrow morning, tune into Jammin' 94.5 because our girl Jay's going to be on the radio.
How cool.
The morning show. I think it's Ashley and the Jammin' Morning Show on Jammin' 94.5. I will be listening. It will be the first time I've dialed into a radio channel in a long time because all I listen to is podcasts now.
Well, what time are we talking? Because if I'm listening to the radio, it's probably Jammin' 94.5. So if you tell me what time, I will be tuning in for sure.
As of right now when we're recording, I don't know the time, but she will let me know, and I'm sure she'll post and we'll
Perfect.
post, and she's super excited. And then they're doing the second annual 5K for Jay virtual.
I actually already finished my run. I'm counting my miles that I did today towards that virtual 5K for Jay. I made a donation and ran my miles for her and Justine.
Mine are going to be later this week. We were going to try to do it with Steve. We're going to try to do it like on a Saturday morning or something, but schedules didn't align right. Here's the deal that I know with the 5K for Jay. You don't have to register for anything. You just go out there and you run a 5K whenever you want, right?
Yeah, you can run whenever you get a spare minute, but they are encouraging some donations to Dana-Farber through their fundraising website. So we can put those in the show notes in case anybody wants to donate to their cause. But I mean, yeah, they're just looking to just raise more awareness and to get that money for Boston.
That's right, because Jay and Justine are running in the Boston Marathon this year for Dana-Farber. So I will
Yes.
be making mine this week. I'll be doing my run, making my donation. And like you said, the links will be in our show notes when we drop this. So very excited for that. Very excited for Justine and Jay both, and anyone else who's running in the Boston Marathon. Let's get to our guest today.
I am so excited for you guys to finally get to meet one of my very good friends, Christine Lewis. She is just absolutely wonderful. She's a huge part of our local running community, and she just has so much love to give. So I'm so happy we get to share her story on the runs.
You will learn that Erica and Christine go way back.
We do. It's been,
Way back.
I can't math right now. It's Sunday night. So many, many years.
All right.
But we're
Well,
both 29, so that's you guys to figure it out.
yeah, sure. All right, let's get to it, guys. Enjoy Christine Lewis on the On the Runs podcast. Our next guest on the pod is well known in the New Hampshire running community. She's the co-founder of Total Image Running, an outdoor enthusiast, a breast cancer survivor, and this past spring, she taught Erica the ins and outs of being a race director. She's done so much more in the local running community over the years, and it is our absolute pleasure to welcome Christine Lewis on the On the Runs podcast. Chris, how you doing?
Hi, everybody.
We're so excited to have you, Chris. I just wanted everybody to know how awesome you are because I've known you for so many years now, and I just was so excited to share my love for you on the podcast finally. So welcome to On the Runs.
Thank you for choosing me. Like, this is a privilege. You guys are unbelievable.
It's our pleasure, honestly.
We talk about how some of these guests we have are a long time coming. Maybe we take a few months to actually schedule them. For you, you might not even know this, but it's been a year because last year when we did our first Breast Cancer Awareness Month, you jumped on Instagram. You're like, you guys are awesome. Thanks for doing this. And Erica's like, do you know Chris, by the way? I'm like, I've done Total Image Races, but I don't know her. She goes, I know Chris, and Chris is
This is
amazing.
where I went and reeled him into
right
to the Total Image family.
Oh, Erica, yeah. I love the influence.
I tried.
Since then, we've joined your run club. We've done more races. Erica's done a race. We've talked about working together, but we're just like, we've met you. I really got to know you this year, and everything Erica said is right. You are amazing, and you do great stuff in the community.
Thanks. You guys are so kind. I don't feel that way. I just kind of do it, you know?
But you have such a wonderful, just influence on the community, and everybody loves you. You have such a tight-knit group of people, and I'm blessed to have you guys in my life. The Run Walk Brew crew, you guys are becoming wonderful friends, and I just get so excited to go, and just the stuff you're doing for the community, just keep it up. I love it.
Well, thanks. I mean, the feeling is mutual. I mean, I met Erica when I was member at the library in Goffstown.
Yeah, that was my very first job. I was fresh out of college, still trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life, and you would stop by for boot camps, and that's how I met you. So it was 2008 maybe when we started doing that?
No, it was well before
was it
that.
Ooh, okay.
I think it was 2006, 2000.
It's possible because I was at the library. I started there in 2002, and I worked my way through, and I was there through college. So I must have been seeing you all through my winter breaks and whatnot. So it's even longer than I remember.
Yeah, we've been friends forever.
Yes,
so wait,
yes.
Erica, you worked at a library, or Chris, did you work at the library?
No.
I did.
Erica worked at the library.
Yep. I started as one of the pages. So I used to shelve all the books, and I just love the library. I still love the library. It's been a long time since I've been back to Goffstown, though, but all the ladies there are just so wonderful. And yeah, I started when I was a junior in high school, and I was there since I got my first job. I left in 2009, I think. That was the last time I worked there, but a long time. They're wonderful over there.
Yeah, they are. It was a blast.
That's super cool. What a small world. I actually did know this, but I forgot. So I love that I'm being reminded.
Yeah.
But Chris, as you know, we do like to fanboy and fangirl a lot, and we're going to pump your tires a lot during this podcast. But let's get to know you first. We talked a lot about the community, but where are you from? We know maybe Goffstown, but where did you grow up? Where are you from? And if you're not from New Hampshire, how did you come here?
No, I am born and raised in Manchester, New Hampshire, actually. And then I met my husband when I was 26, and then I moved to Goffstown, and I lived there, raised our family, and now we're back in Manchester.
That's a really tight radius. I love it. So
I know,
stay
it's
where
so
you know and love.
That's so exciting, but that's about it.
Growing up, were you a runner? Were you doing sports? Were you an ice hockey player or a skier? What did you play?
So I did track. I started in middle school doing track, went into high school, did some track, mostly cross country and spring track. And then I was a cheerleader for Central High School.
I don't think we've met any cheerleaders yet, except for your daughter, Newt.
I was just going to say Adeline.
Yeah,
she's like
Adeline's the only one I know of at this
cheerleader.
point.
Were you
Yep.
doing like these big cheer competitions and going to regionals and going to Disney World when you were doing it, or was it just local, like
God,
cheerleading on the sideline?
God, no, no. We cheered on the sidelines. We did 2 competitions a year. One was Riverfest. I'm probably really dating myself. And the second competition was Kiwanis, which was the state competition for
Mm.
cheerleading, which was actually a very big deal back then. So yeah, and we actually won one year. So that my senior year, which was really exciting.
Excellent.
You went out on
Yeah,
top.
it was fun.
Love it.
Yeah.
You mentioned Kevin. Kevin's your husband. I
Yeah.
know a little story about Kevin and the story about how you knew he was the one, and it might involve a camper in a NASCAR race.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. This is amazing. I I am 100% about humor. My husband is hysterical. So when I knew that he was the love of my life was when he came home from a NASCAR race. He had a pop-up camper, drove it. I was at his house cuz my friend was dating his roommate at the time. And he drove his car and his camper across his lawn and into his driveway. And I'm like, this guy's awesome. Why that would impress me, I have no idea, but I'm like, this guy's pretty cool.
See, Eric does his research. I love this. This is news to me too, and he just pulls out all these little like tidbits of information. Just I swear out of thin air. How did you get that one?
Oh
Chris
my
told
God.
me like 6
Oh,
months ago or
okay,
something
okay. It
when I
was
first
like
met her.
Ah,
Yeah.
he must have like a source that he's not revealing, but
I take notes. I always take notes in my head, or I type, as I've said before, I send myself notes in Facebook Messenger. I text myself and I just scroll up and I find everything. And I need to do a better job. I need to really figure out, I need to like stick with Google Docs and like
yeah.
make that. I know Eric has made us a Google Docs page, but I need to like just get consistent with it. But yes, I remember that story. And
Yeah.
we were talking about, you guys go camping a lot. You've upgraded from a pop-up camper since then, and you go on
Mm.
adventures. And I don't know, have you gone cross country or you just stay local?
No, my kiddo's over in Rochester right now. So that's the furthest we've gone with the camper. We had to drop him off at college. And no, we plan to do some distance, but my husband doesn't like to drive and we have a motorhome. So it doesn't really make sense. Um but yes, so we are planning little trips. And it'll probably take us like 3 days just to get to like New York City, knowing him.
that's
Yeah.
okay. Enjoy
We
the
just
journey. That's part of the fun.
Exactly. We're actually driving out to Rochester this coming weekend for a parents' weekend. So we'll
Excellent.
see. We'll see how it goes.
Love to hear
Yeah,
it.
but we love camping. We love being outside and hiking. And we had a bigger motorhome, but we got a smaller one. We downsized so that we could park in like the state park parking lots to go
Mm,
hiking and stuff. So it's much more convenient.
good call. Are
Love
you a
it.
skier too? I feel like you ski.
No,
Not so
my
much.
kid. Yeah, my kiddo did some skiing, and I thought that we were going to be a ski family, but it never happened.
Oh.
He didn't really care for it. So no, he makes me hike in the winter. That's what he does.
Oh, so you're still cold,
Really?
but you're just not going downhill.
Yeah, I'm
That's
not too
fair.
happy about it either. Doesn't make me
What
happy.
kind of winter hiking are you doing? Are you like summiting Mount Washington in the winter? Are
No,
you doing like Squam Lake or?
no, we did a 4,000 footer once, but they're pretty packed down. Believe it or not, people go up there and pack down the trails, so it's actually nice, and you're not like stepping on rocks and twisting your ankle. So it's actually more enjoyable. You warm up quickly.
Gonna take notes.
I've heard the views are sometimes just like spectacular in the winter with everything covered in snow, and you can almost go in. Remember, Kobe Jacobus was like, you can go in any which direction. You don't have to stay on the trail. You just go straight.
That's
Yeah,
true.
it's
That's true.
beautiful. Yep, and you can slide down on your bum.
Ooh,
I've seen that. Our friend is an avid hiker, and she like I've seen videos of her just going like whoop, scooting her way down
Yeah,
the mountain.
yeah,
That would be
it's
pretty
really
fun.
fun. It's really fun.
I know that you are an avid runner. I mean, you've got your wonderful run company. So you yourself, what kind of races do you like to run?
So I don't race as much as I used to, but my favorite was always a 10K, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like you weren't sprinting like a 5K, and it was just kind of middle of the road. So that was always my favorite. My second was half marathons. I loved half marathons, and then we did some sprint triathlons too.
Ooh.
I was going to say your Instagram handle is Lewis_try. So I'm thinking maybe you were an Ironman or something, but just the sprints. I love the sprints. They're fun.
It's actually not try, it's TIR.
Total Image Running.
Oh, I spelled it wrong.
Yeah, I fooled you.
I
He gets
spelled
a
it
little
wrong.
dyslexic sometimes.
It's okay.
I just got excited. I was like, oh, she does triathlons. Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't. Yep. It was because
No.
they're all lowercase, guys. It was a lowercase TIR. Ah.
My husband and I did a bunch of little sprint triathlons. We love them. My kiddo did a couple. And even Kevin's father, who is in his late 70s, did his first triathlon with us. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, super cool. So that was
What-
a good family thing for us.
Which one did you do?
We did the Circle Tri, which it's at Squam Lake.
Yeah.
And I have to say the bike ride is challenging because it's hill after hill after hill before you descend to death. Like it's like so steep on the way down. It's scary.
Wow.
But I don't even know if they hold it anymore, but it was really great. And then we did the Y in Merrimack has one every year.
That was my first.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Didn't they discontinue that one for a while, or was that
Well,
just because
they
of COVID?
It's because
I
of
don't know.
COVID and they haven't brought it back yet. But, I'm
Mm.
looking at two people who do race directing and maybe we could figure something out.
I do know the ins and outs now.
Yeah, you do.
This might be TMI. Well, it's not TMI for this podcast, not at all. But those hills in Squam Valley, on all my bike rides, one of those hills is the only one I actually threw up on, and I did it in mid-ride.
So you've done that one.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't do the triathlon. I did a 100-miler around Lake Winnipesaukee.
Oh,
And there's a restaurant around Squam because we did this other section around Squam, and we stopped and ate. And I got rid of my lunch pretty quickly on like that first hill after we ate around Squam Lake.
so you probably know the hills. Like it
Oh,
was
yeah.
pretty bad. And I did it
We-
a couple times, and I would swear every time I did it, I'm like, why am I doing this? It was awful.
Your brain blocks it out. Trauma.
You're like, let's go down to Florida in November and do a Florida triathlon because it's flat.
We did the Gasparilla with my father-in-law. Have you guys ever done that one, the race?
Mm-mm.
I don't know
It's
that
really
one. No.
fun. It's oh god, I can't remember what town. I think it's Tampa. It's awesome. They have like 5K, 10K, all the way up to a marathon. But yeah, they serve donuts on the 5K and beer, and it's really fun.
I'm
Sounds
sold.
like our kind
That
of race.
is
I
really
know,
flat. If you're looking for something flat, that's the one.
Right on.
Have you ever done? So you've done half marathons. You ever done a marathon?
Yes, I've done 2.
Two. Which ones? Any ones we know of?
Boston,
Okay,
and I've done
Awesome.
the Marine Corps.
that's in DC, right?
Yep.
How was that? How was the DC marathon?
It was great. It was very crowded. So, they don't have like wave start. It's everybody at once.
Oh.
And they have 2 lanes. So 2 roads open and 2 start lines. I don't know if they still do it this way. This was in 2015. Yeah, they like blow off the cannon and off you go, and everybody's going at once. So
Oh, wow.
you're like, I was like elbow to elbow with people for a while. So that kind of drove me nuts, but it's beautiful.
Were you high elbows or were you low elbows?
I had, I think I was high elbows. I was like protecting myself.
That marathon, it goes to like all the monuments, right? You like pass every one.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I've heard a lot of good things about that. Like that one's a very emotional one because you get all the Marines at the end, and like I want to say Steve and Josh are going to be running this, and it's coming up in like 2 weeks or 3 weeks or something. Like
Yeah,
I think it's like the
it's
28th.
2 weeks. Yeah,
Might be the week this drops.
it's always like Halloween weekend or whatever. And they have this, I don't know if they still do it, but they had the Blue Mile, which is a silent mile that you run, and it's in honor of all the fallen soldiers. And it is, if you don't cry, like it's crazy. It is
Mhm.
so emotional. It's absolutely beautiful. It really is. And there's some family members holding flags, and It's really nice. It's touching.
That would get me. That would 100% get me. I mean, I'm a big baby as it is, and then you add any of that to the mix, I'm a goner.
Yeah. And you have
One
to
of
reach
my
the bridge by a certain point too. I can't remember.
Oh.
Yeah, if you don't, you're out. Like they come pick you up in a
I
bus. You're
heard
out of there.
that.
Yeah.
Yes, I heard of that.
Yeah.
One of my favorite runs I ever ran was just a fun run, but I'm not one who wakes up early in the morning to go run. But this one I did. I was in DC for work, and this guy's like, "Come with me. We'll go for a run. Meet me down at the lobby at 5:30 in the morning." I don't think I've ever run at 5:30 in the morning, but we did 6 miles, and he took me to all the monuments. We ran like through the whatever that whole area is called, and you got the Lincoln Steps, and you had the other big tower. We even did a loop and went around the White House, and he took me through it all. It was so cool. It was foggy too. I remember going through this like MLK monument in the fog, and then all of a sudden it just appeared.
So
Wow.
cool.
It was cool. What do they call that pool?
Isn't that
That
like
pool
the
in
I know
DC.
it's like the mall, but I don't know if the pool isn't that the reflecting pool?
Reflecting pool. I
That's
think
it.
it's something like that.
I
Yeah,
haven't
it
been.
was a
I
great
did like
run.
the 8th grade trip from from the schools to DC that one time, and that was the only time I've been.
Yep.
What year did you run Boston?
2014, the year after the bombing.
How was that? Were you like a BQ qualifier? Did you find someone to donate money for, a fundraiser to raise money?
Neither. Unfortunately, I was at the bombing, the year of the bombing. I was at the finish line.
Ooh.
Yeah. So what happened is, it was scary. So we escaped and we were unharmed. My friend got injured a little bit and we got interviewed by the FBI. So they had our information as survivors. And the next year, they offered us a free bib to run Boston.
Wow.
So myself and 2 other of my friends ran, which was amazing. It was healing. And it was also my 5th year anniversary to the date of being in remission from breast cancer. So talk about like an emotional day. Like it was super cool.
Mm-hmm.
What were you doing at the Boston Marathon near the finish line? Were you volunteering? Were you cheering on friends and family?
No, we were drinking.
So it's supposed to have a good time. Then
You
that
were
didn't happen.
celebrating. You were just cheering everyone on.
Yeah, so we went down every year. We went to the finish line. We'd go to the Atlantic Fish. That was our place. If you don't remember, the Forum, which is now closed, is right next door. That's where the second bombing was. So we were outside on the patio right near the Forum. And yeah, we would go there every year. We'd stand out on the patio and cheer them on. It was always so much fun. But I have not been back to the finish line since. I've gone to like Heartbreak Hill a couple times, but yeah.
You should join us next year if you want. We'll be at what, Erica, mile 17? Are we gonna? Is that
No,
gonna
we
be our
did 19
spot?
last time.
19.
I mean, I liked it. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought it was easy enough to get to, but we can always reconvene, find somewhere new. I mean, I'm open to all suggestions.
Were you right outside of Newton then?
We were in Newton. We were right by the
Yeah.
Johnny Kelly statue. I think it was like right at the base of the real hilly part. So
Yeah. Yeah.
people are like, "Are these the hills?" I'm
That's
like,
that's a great location.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Erica picked a great spot. She really did. She did
winged
mislead
it.
our listeners, and she goes, "We'll be on the left side of the road," and we were on the left side of the road, but not to the runners. We were to the runners' right.
I don't know how I messed that up, but like I was like looking at the map. I'm like, "Oh, you're right here," and like we'll be on that side. Nope, not even close.
No.
It was like
Everyone we
side.
know, everyone we know is running on their left, looking to their left, and we're like, Steve, Steve.
that was my fault. Yeah, whoops. I've never been great at directions, so
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, maybe next year I'll join you then. That would be great.
Open
We're gonna have-
invitation. I'll have.
yeah,
Mhm.
we love having people. I think we had a nice crew last time. It was me and Eric. I mean, even he made it down. He was sick, and then we had our friend Amanda and Jesse, and then like we just saw all of our friends, and just we were there for probably like a full work day of just being down there cheering. It was so much fun.
Fine. Yeah.
You mentioned when you ran the Boston Marathon in 2014, that was on your 5th anniversary of remission from breast cancer.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm doing my math right, you've been in remission for almost 15 years coming up this April.
This April will be 15 years. Yes. So excited.
So like we said, it's October and we're doing our second year of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and where we want to talk to runners like you and like Jay Duncan, who we had on, and we just had on Sherry Todd last week. And last year we had these amazing women, Nikki, Jackie, and Angela Pohl. These women are amazing and inspiring, and the running community played such a big role. So we want to talk to you and hear about a little bit about your story of when you were diagnosed, where you were at that point in your life, and how you got through it, and how running played a role, and maybe even your running company. I don't know if your running company was founded by then or not.
So yeah, I got diagnosed when I was 39. So I was young, and my kiddo was only 3. So that was really hard. Yeah, I found it myself and kind of self-diagnosed myself. Went to the doctor, and then it was a whirlwind from there. Like, my life just changed completely. I went through a battle with my reconstruction and stuff. I ended up having like a lot of surgeries. So needless to say, I was never able to have a second child, because by the time I was done everything, I was a little bit, I was in my 40s at that point. So I was like, well, I guess I'm going to get my kid a dog, because I'm not having another child. But yeah, so yeah, it's life changing. That's for sure. It's, even though it was so long ago, I still remember it like it was yesterday.
So that must be tough. You said it was just a whirlwind. Some of the other women that we've been talking to have had so many delays in their diagnosis just because of COVID. So you actually got to proceed with the treatment as soon as you could. So that was at least worth it. So what did you have to do for treatment?
So I actually ended up having a mastectomy. So that kind of helped me in not having to have chemo.
Okay.
Thank God. Yep. So we did all sorts of testing, and my reoccurrence rate was a little bit lower. So my oncologist felt like it was okay for me not to have to do treatments.
So you caught it super early then, right?
I did. And luckily I did, because once they went in and did the mastectomy, they found another tumor. So that was kind of scary. So thank God I did do the mastectomy. I'm not big breasted as it is. So I was like, I might as well just take them off. So yeah. So I never had to do radiation or chemo, thank God. But, I was on some medication for 5 years, and which that was tough too, because it was hard with the, hormonally and balancing having a small child. It was hard. Yeah. And being a wife. Yeah.
When you self-diagnose yourself, something I'm learning is, I think everyone we've had on who's had breast cancer was self-diagnosed. Maybe Nikki was the only one. I can't remember. It was a year ago, but everyone this year has self-diagnosed themselves, and they're saying advocate for yourself. When you were 39, at that point, like, did insurance even approve of going and getting a test for breast cancer at that point? Like, insurances just suck these days, right? You got to be 45 until you can get your first test, maybe for colon cancer, as we learned. And really now they're recommending it to do it at 35. At that point, did you have to pull strings and advocate for yourself, or were your doctors just like, let's go in there and find out what it is right now? No loopholes to deal with insurance?
Yeah, no, I didn't have to wait at all. My doctor was amazing. He had me in the same day that I called, and I said I found a lump, and he's like, literally had me in the office that day.
Wow.
And 2 days later, I was already going to the oncologist and setting up a plan. Like, it was crazy. It happened so fast.
So it didn't even give you time to process this. It
Almost
was
too
just go,
fast,
go,
yeah.
go, right? Yeah.
It's just go, go, go. Yeah. And I ended up going up to Dartmouth Hitchcock in Lebanon, and I had a great team up there. So that's where I continued everything, and surgeries and reconstruction.
So from the day you self-diagnosed yourself, then how much time passed, you think, until you kind of got your remission, your clean bill of health in April of 2009? I'm good at math.
Yeah. So Yeah, you are good at math, actually. That's right on. Um, so,
Plymouth State University education,
right,
everybody.
exactly. Snoop. um, well, I'm trying to think. I think I had so many surgeries because I ended up with like an infection and it was just weird. It was awful. But I don't need to go into the details about it. But yeah, so I think it was like 3 years before I was like, I felt like I was actually in remission, like after
Even
3 or 4 years.
after 2009, like another 3 years until you felt yourself, is what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah, because you have to wait for reconstruction. They do these like expander things and you have to have
Mhm.
those in for a while and it's yeah, and then you have the reconstruction and that reconstruction I ended up with an infection so I had to take everything out and then I had to heal for a year and be on antibiotics for a long time and yeah, so and then I had to go through the whole expansion process again and then
Oh
reconstruction. So,
no. So
yeah.
what was going on in your head this whole time? Were you like, you said you weren't really feeling yourself, but like, were you depressed? Like, did you use running to help you at all get through this, or like, were you able to do any of that as you were going along?
Yeah, I actually owned TI Fitness is what it was called, my gym, and my people there, my community is where that's really where I built my community and they were amazing. Like they kept me going. And when I wasn't feeling good, they're like, "You don't need to teach class. We'll just do the class ourselves." Like they were
Oh,
amazing. Yeah, so but they literally kept things off my mind, my husband and my kiddo, like I had such a great support. And that's what got me through. Yes, running definitely helped. I was able to as soon as that my doctor was like, "Okay, you can start exercising again." I was there and I was teaching and I just wanted to keep things off my mind for sure.
mhm.
But my people and my family, they were the ones that got me through all of that.
That's excellent.
More so than running. I couldn't run for a little while, but
It's the community. It's the support
Mhm.
system. You were
yeah.
saying you were saying earlier your jam was the 10K and you really
Yeah.
like the half marathon. When you were doing these races with your kiddo and with your husband Kevin, was this before 2009 or before breast cancer? Was it after?
It was after. It was actually
Okay.
after we started doing like the triathlons and the family stuff. But yeah, just the family working out together. Like my kiddo still works out on his own, and I think it's so important for families. Yeah.
I thought of a fun thing that I just remembered. So, Eric, you're gonna like this. The very first Reach the Beach I've ever done was on Christine's team, and we
That's
were the
right.
12 pack of fun, and we
Fun.
all like it was all like beer related. It was so much fun. So, you know who else was on the team though?
I'm good.
Brandon Robertson. Oh, I
Oh,
just
no
Yes.
way.
ruined it, but
Wait, you know
Yeah.
Brandon?
Yeah. That's
Holy
when
cow.
I first met him.
How did that how did all that tie together?
It was Erica. Like
was it me?
Oh, so
Like I don't even
Erica, you
remember, but like I
Erica
got on the team because
recruited
of
Brandon.
you.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I
so
needed I needed like I think that was the year we had like two teams. There was a
Maybe.
year there was a year I had three teams. I was bananas. But yes, I think that was the year we had two teams. Oh my god, that's so funny. I forgot about him.
That was a
Brandon
blast. It was out of like we started at Cannon and then worked our way down from there. That's all I really remember, but that was
Yeah.
put on by like New Balance at that point. It wasn't even a Ragnar, I don't think. And
No.
so that was like way, way, way back in the day.
We had
2010, I want to
folders.
say.
We had folders with everybody's like I made tabs for each band like with their maps and what to expect. That was so fun.
so what do you remember of Brandon? And I'll tell you now, he does listen to the pod, but
Oh, I,
spare no details. Tell us the good and the bad.
no, I just remember him being a really good runner.
Yeah.
We
Same.
needed some fast and we got Brandon. I was like, we are so lucky.
So Brandon and I'm a year older than Brandon, and we're
Mhm.
both from Sandown. So we went to school together, but we really got to know each other in high school because we ran cross country together. And he was fast, like you said. He was tall and long legs, and ran on the varsity squad. And one year I made varsity. I was the seventh runner. I go to Plymouth State, and like the first day of sophomore year, I see this guy walking through the cafeteria, and I just like flagged him over, and he sat down with us and his roommate Chris. And then ever since then, Brandon, Chris, Steve, Brian, we all been like this group in college, and that's how where I met Erica in college. And Brandon
I'm
would
pretty sure
hang
that's
out
how
with,
I met Brandon is through him. So
yeah,
it's all a big circle. I love it.
yeah. So we all, I've known Brandon for the longest time of that whole entire group of college friends.
Yeah, we used him for his wheels. He was like really fast.
We had him, and then we got
Sorry, Brandon.
do you remember Meg? I think her new last name is Goodwin, I think, but she was like the speediest little thing I've ever seen too.
She is friends with Brandon, went to high school with Meg Goodwin. I know Meg. Yeah, I know Meg.
Small world.
I remember that. Yeah, she was awesome.
I remember back in my library days doing the boot camps. And so you said you had your own gym. How did it evolve into Total Image Running that we know and love today?
Yeah, so my business partner and I at the time got approached by some ladies that sat on the board for the Boys and Girls Club of Manchester. And was it New Hampshire? I think it was Manchester. But they wanted to put on a 5K. And they didn't know how to do it. They had gotten in touch with a few other companies that couldn't help them. So they're like, do you guys think that you can help us? And we're like, absolutely. We can put a race on. We're runners. We know how to do it. Mm-hmm. So that was our very first race. We actually even ordered like a finish line arch immediately. And yeah, we didn't know what we were doing, but
you meant business though.
Yeah. And we're like, we can do this. And it ended up being a really fun race, and a bunch of TI people came out, and yeah, it was awesome. It was a great race. And then from there, we just decided to try to market to other people and other smaller races to see if they needed help. And then it was born.
So you're marketing out to other races. So maybe some race director like Erica, I'm using you as an example, even though you two work together. Let's just say Erica's trying to put on a race and she needs help, and she comes to you. What are you helping her with? Is it just timing and scoring? Is it the supplies? Is it whatever they need, and you just tell me and I'll do it?
Yeah, at the time we were doing full race management, so we would help them and be kind of consultants for them, and help with permit pulling. We would help them with equipment, cones and signage and the finish line and day of registration, like anything, DJ, all that stuff. So we would handle a big portion of it to kind of alleviate the pressure off of the race director. And then we kind of evolved recently into timing only and not doing our own events, because we did 10 events per year. I think it was 10 of our own signature races, which was great. We had a blast, and we raised a lot of money for nonprofits doing that.
Has it always been Lisa that you've been working with?
No, I had another business partner, Sarah, but she passed away.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So Lisa and I have been business partners for about 5 years.
And Lisa's wonderful too.
How do you know her? Did you know her before, or did you get paired together?
I'm actually best friends with her twin sister.
Oh, fun.
She's a twin?
Yeah,
she's
twins.
a twin. I have twins.
Yeah. But her and her twin don't look anything alike. It's so funny. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not mine. I can't tell mine apart.
Oh,
I can't tell yours apart.
I love that. My other friend, Kim, has twins, and I can't tell them apart. I still can't. And they're adults.
Yeah, it's hard. Right now, Tyler has a big gash on his chin. I actually had to take him to urgent care. I thought he was going to get stitches. So all I have to do now is say, hey, boys, chin up. And then I can tell. But that's my way now. But it will heal. And again, I will struggle one day. So go back to your first 5K you put on. You bought the arch, you put on this race. I have to imagine at some point there was a ton of like nervousness and anxiety days leading in, and then even after, like a big sigh of relief. What did you learn in that first race maybe that you didn't know before, being a first-time race director?
Well, I definitely didn't realize how much there was to putting on a race, that's for sure. And all the rules and regulations that go along with them, those are things that we've learned. But just realizing the community that we have and everybody that came out, like that to me was amazing. I'm like, where are these people coming from? Because back then there weren't a lot of 5Ks. It was so that I learned, I'm like, okay, we can do this because we can bring all these people together and keep them healthy. And I'm still kind of doing like the gym thing at the same time, we got the same philosophy going. So I love that. But it's not easy. It's definitely not easy putting on a road race. There's so much to it. And I think that's what people want to raise funds, and unless you get like a lot of sponsorship and things like that, that's the difficult part. You've got to have some support in order to make a little money, so for
Mhm.
your for whatever you're raising money for, which
It's a lot
Erica
of
knows.
hustling. Yeah, it's hustling. Like you got to send emails and like just try to get the support wherever you can. But there are a lot of businesses out there who are willing to help. A lot of people, deep pockets. So
Yeah,
it is work, and I appreciate everything you guys have done over the years. Like I've run so many of your races, and they were just so much fun. You guys made such a great environment for everybody to just come down and enjoy themselves, and that's really what it's all about.
it is. And I think that was the thing. We wanted to be personable. Like, we wanted people to feel like they could come over and talk to us. And we like to get to know our participants and say hi to them and name them by name as they cross the finish line, and, build relationships with people. That's what we love to do. And
Definitely.
people they still like comment on that, which is really cool.
So when Erica just did her first race back in April, it was, or was it
With a
May? It
lot
was
of help
Mother's
from
Day.
Chris and Lisa.
So
Yeah. Well, she did a
you
great
two,
job. Yeah.
you two jam packed this in like 75 days, but you provided her with this like checklist of what to do even 6 months out. Like if it done correctly or on time, things start for every race at least 6 months ahead of time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. People that do races last minute, like, I don't know how Erica did it. Like, you did such a great job.
It was you
Uh,
guys. I
oh
couldn't
my
have done it
God.
without you.
We're like, you think we can do it? Yeah, sure. Why not? I mean, I'm all about the challenge, I don't care. But yes, 6 months, definitely 6 months out, 100%. If you could even do like 8 months out, that's even better. There's so much to prepare for.
Yeah.
And some of the towns and cities require permits to be pulled that far in advance now. So, things are changing. That's for sure.
It was Dave McGilvery who told us they start planning the Boston Marathon 14 months out.
I bet. I
Yeah.
bet. Yeah, that is quite the undertaking, that's for sure. And even though they do the same thing every year, things are different. It
Mhm.
always happens. Yeah.
You mentioned when you were planning that you select different charities. So, how do you go ahead choosing which charity the race provides money for?
Well, Lisa's fiance, almost husband to be, this weekend they're getting married.
That's
Um,
exciting.
Yeah,
Congrats,
yeah.
where's my
Lisa.
invite, Lisa?
What's that?
Where's the Run Walk Brew Crew invite?
Yeah, exactly. I
Come
can't
on,
even
Lisa.
go
I'm
because
just kidding.
I'm going to parents'
Congratulations.
weekend, so I can't even go. But yeah, so her fiance was tied into a lot of. He sat on the board of directors for a lot of nonprofits. So the
Oh.
more Center, Food Bank, what else? The mental health center, like all of those were were those were near and dear to them. So yeah, so we
Mhm.
chose those charities. The For the Love of Dogs was actually chosen because my friend Erica Roy was a foster, and she has the biggest heart. She helps out at all these different places, and she knew Dale, who sat on the board for the Love of Dogs, and Dale is awesome. Like, she does transports everywhere. She goes down to Mississippi, and like she's all over the place picking up pups and saving them.
Mm,
And
I love it.
yeah, it's great. And a lot of these shelters, you don't realize, or these nonprofits need help. Like, they don't have a lot of support. Like, the Animal Rescue League gets a lot of support. Everybody knows about them, right? But the
Yes.
smaller guys, nobody really knows about them. So they need help. So Dale asked if maybe we would donate some money to them. And I'm like, yeah. And they've been our charity since.
I love it. Oh, it's
Yeah.
so good that you're able to bring to light these smaller places, and so maybe they'll get more help from it, not just from that one event. Maybe people will just kind of be like, oh, I've got some money rolling around, let's give it to some good causes, and I hope it works out.
Yeah, our super chili bowl race, that one was always Hope for Recovery in New Hampshire. Um, they have since gotten like partnered with I think another nonprofit. I'm not 100% sure. They're doing really good, but nobody knew about them. That was a place for people to go when they were in recovery. And they had like art programs and yoga programs. Like it was a very cool place we went to go visit. And we're like, oh yeah, 100% we're going to donate to them. They were really incredible and nobody had ever heard of them before.
Love it, bringing
I
the
love it.
awareness.
I love helping the little guy, the small charity, something like the little 5K for Jay that didn't turn out to be so little. It turned out to be a lot of work, and to
Yeah.
help the dogs ones. And I still like to help the animal rescue leagues. I used to be more involved with the Salem Animal Rescue League. That's where I adopted my dog, and my dad volunteered at a ton of their events. I love helping the little guy. The most extreme thing I do is the adaptive hike, Erica, where I hike up Mount Washington, pulling an adaptive athlete up with me to raise money for adaptive sports. Like it's local, it's New Hampshire or New England. It's not like I know our friend Patrick has the big one, the Nationwide Children's Hospital. That's a huge hospital, huge charity. I love that he does that too, but I love helping. I love that everyone helps and pitches in, but the little guys, they need it just as much, if not sometimes more.
I agree. And we need to go out there and help more of them for sure.
Fun fact about the name Dale. And I'm going to meet Dale next week. But
yeah, we're already starting to plan the next race, so we're meeting up with
Yay.
Dale.
Let me know how I can help.
We'll do.
I'm trying to lock down a babysitter on that night, and it's the night of Wednesday, so we'll miss Run Walk Brew. Try saying that 3 times fast. But I'm excited to meet Dale. Fun fact about Dale, you know I'm a NASCAR guy. You fell in love with your husband partly because of NASCAR. I was on a tour of Daytona International Speedway, and when they bring us by the infield care center, they say that this care center can do anything, treat from a paper cut to a birth of a baby. And at the time they said, I don't know how factual this was, but at the time they said there were 13 babies born at the infield care center. 9 of them were given the name Dale. 8 of those 9 were girls.
Huh. Interesting.
And that's a fact I've never forgotten. I'm like, ooh, that's a good fact. That's a good, like Trivia Tuesday question.
Like stupid knowledge.
Right. Stupid knowledge. I like it. My mom would be like, I wish you could remember your schoolwork that well when I was younger.
Yeah, exactly. Just like we can memorize songs. I don't know how we do that.
Right.
I have like movie trivia and like 2000 song lyrics in there. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, so one thing we know is there are some changes with Total Image in the recent year or two, but one thing that won't change, I know you won't stop or give up because you love it so much, it's your baby and the people, is RWB, Run, Walk, Brew. And like I said, try to say that 3 times fast. Tell us, how did you start the RWB crew?
Lisa and I just wanted to put a club together. We're like, we should really do a club. Why are we not doing a club? Right. So we started one and we got a really great response. But outside of our club, we do events. Like we have a lot of upcoming events that are free to the members. And if they bring a guest, it's like $10. But we've been doing this is our 6th year, our Booze and Brews cemetery run. Everybody dresses up. We start and end at bonfire. We run to Valley Street Cemetery, which is spooky. And our historian in Manchester,
Stan the Man.
Yeah, Stan the Man, gives us a tour. And he still like finds things to talk about, like after all these years. So we have a lot of new members. So I'm really excited for them for the cemetery tour. And then we have
that one. That one's going to be a blast.
Yes.
And that's on the 25th, right?
Yep. That's the 25th.
So if you're listening to this podcast right now, that is tomorrow. So everybody, make sure you don't miss out on tomorrow's RWB run through the cemetery, and you can do all this cool stuff that Chris is talking about. It's tomorrow.
Dress up. Best costume gets a prize, and we have raffles.
Oh, yes.
And then you
So
can enjoy yourself after and have a beer or
I
whatever.
also love that, but you do the one at Christmas time too. I went last year when right before I actually joined the RWB, and I
Yep.
had so much fun. Probably had a couple too many shots along the way, but it was worth it, and we had a blast.
So I'm thinking this is our 5th year for that. This is our annual toy drive, and we partnered with Bonfire last year for this for Tower of Toys, I think is what it's called.
Oh,
Yeah, so it was actually a really great response. So you bring an unwrapped gift, and we leave from Bonfire again. That's kind of our hub. So we leave from Bonfire, and we have 4 shot stations along the way.
you
It's a
can't go wrong.
blast.
Well, you can go
It's
wrong.
so,
I had like an eggnog shot. Ooh, that was
yeah,
not my favorite, but I did it anyways, and it was a blast though.
it's so silly. Life is too serious. We got to have some fun.
Absolutely.
And then November, we do our annual Seats and Feets drive, which is you bring brand new underwear and socks for the shelter. And one year, we like almost filled our transit van with underwears and socks. It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's a really fun event too. And we do raffles again. And yeah, and we'll have like a shoe demo, and it'll be fun. So upcoming, make sure everybody joins us.
Yeah, how can they find you? They just find you on Instagram or totalimage.com? Is it runwalkbrew.com? How do they find you?
Yeah, we're actually under Total Image Running, and then there's a club page. So /club. You'll see the club tab at the top of the website.
Awesome. We'd love to see everyone there. Unfortunately, I'm only making like 1 or 2 a month, and winter will be harder because high school hockey's every Wednesday night. But it's a ton of fun. Erica and I get to go a couple times a month. When babysitters work out or kids and stuff like that on my side. Erica has no excuse. I'm just going to say that there. I'm going to call her out.
Gonna have race planning soon.
Yeah, exactly.
Starting next week. Yes, that's right.
Woohoo!
But yes, Run Walk Brew is so cool. It's so fun being part of a run group. We've met so many awesome people. Like off the top of my head, I'm thinking about Amanda and Carol and Stan,
Mhm.
Melissa. There's so many there.
Mhm.
Like that's just 4. I'm drawing blanks. This is what happens when you're like trying to think on the spot on a podcast. It's not live, but it's still kind of live. So
Yeah, and it's only $25 to join for the year. So, and that kind of covers our events and insurance and all that good stuff. So,
Perfect.
yeah. So even if you only make 10 runs, it's worth it.
yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly.
It's every Wednesday night, usually at
Mhm.
a bar brewery in the greater Manchester area.
Yep.
What time we start at? What, 5:45, right?
Yeah, some people arrive at 5:30. We start at like 5:45, 6:45. Oh, my dog just joined us. I believe.
Ooh, that might be perfect for one of my questions coming up.
Little wiener dog. He's a terror.
We had a wiener dog too. We had a miniature dachshund.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's what I
Loved her. Yeah.
Yep.
Growing up as a kid, as like a teenager. Yeah, Maggie. She lived
Yep.
a long life too, like almost 17 years.
Oh God, Willie's turning 10 this year, so I got a long time to go, don't I? He's my love, though.
I totally support random impromptu pet visits because we had an interview just yesterday and Scooter, my cat, jumped up here and he proudly displayed his butthole like literally right in the camera. I was like, dude, I couldn't see because he was blocking it, but they're like freaking out. It's like, dude,
Oh my
get
God, I
out of
love
the
it.
camera.
So-
Oh man.
I might be getting a little ahead. I don't know, but we have these 2 big final questions. So I'm going to ask mine now because your dog, what was his name? Scooter? No,
No,
that's your
That's
cat.
my cat.
Willie.
Willie the wiener dog.
Willie the wiener
It's
dog
adorable.
is in the neighborhood. And so one thing I do is I go creeping through Instagram, and your Instagram wasn't that hard to creep, and you only have 58 photos. So that made my job easy.
Yeah.
But you have a lot of photos of Willie on here. And there's one, you were just talking about Halloween, where you dressed him up, looks like, as a football player for Halloween.
Yes. Look at that. There it is. There's a little football. I don't know if you can see it. And
Oh,
it's
it's
kind
in,
of,
in one of the hands. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Isn't
That's
that
so
funny?
cute.
Yeah.
So I like to know the background. Sometimes it's usually never a running related photo. The background, the story behind that photo, and about Willie.
Oh no, I just wanted to piss him off because he hates being dressed up. So I found this little costume and I like had to hold him down to put it on. And then he just wouldn't even look at me when I was taking the picture. It was hysterical. He was so mad at me. He couldn't get it off either.
My
So
dog
yeah,
never loved when I put something on her. Like, we're talking Tuca, my big dog. I put like this Bruins hoodie on her, and she's like, Dad, this is embarrassing, Dad. But I've seen, so for wiener dogs, miniature dachshunds, I've seen a lot of costumes like the football one. They'll even make hockey wear. In
yeah.
your football one, he's holding a football. In hockey, there'll be a stick coming across. And so when the wiener dog walks, it looks like he's stick handling a hockey puck.
Oh my God, that's awesome. There's a famous wiener dog out there called Caruso. Have you ever seen him?
I'm going to Google him.
Yeah, check it out. He dresses them up all the time. It's so funny. Yeah, he's famous.
Caruso the wiener dog. Oh, there's a whole YouTube channel on this
Oh boy,
dachshund, as
that's
they
a
call
rabbit
it.
hole.
Yeah,
Yep,
it's a
yep.
rabbit hole. We know what he's doing tonight.
My
I might.
my Instagram, my feed, when you hit the little magnification, it's all going to be wiener dogs for the next couple of days.
Exactly. Oh,
I tried putting I think it was like a shark hat on my cat once, and he like turtled and he did like what is going on? That is like the most unattractive face I could do. But he was like giving me death glare. Like I'm like, oh God, never again will I do this to him.
I'm surprised your cat didn't bat you because cats like to bat.
He does,
Cat-
but he was like, what? He had no idea what was going on. I think he was still a kitten, so he was like, Mom, what'd you do?
I-
What is this?
What are you doing
I
to me?
I like this. You don't have cats, do you?
Nope.
Yeah. So cats. I mean, we have a cat because my daughter wanted a kitten, but cats are assholes.
They are.
Yes. Sorry
Yeah,
to Erica and Brittany
walking.
Charbonneau, but cats are assholes.
It depends. I regularly piss off Scooter. Like I'll just be petting him and he'll have had enough and he'll just be like, "Arr," and he'll like bite me. I'm like, whoa, 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 what did I do? And so he's got like a switch and it will flip really like easily. But Maisie's the cutest little thing. Like she's just, well, I mean, she's annoying when she bothers us during the podcast, but that's about it.
It's a common occurrence, Chris. It really
Yeah.
is.
Well, before I get into my big question, so hopefully he did prep you for it, but
Nope.
were there any other running stories or anything that you wanted to share with us? Like, was there any memorable moments that you had during races or directing races that you're proud of or you wanted to share with us?
My favorite was always the Goffstown Pumpkin Regatta.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I always loved, and it got bigger and bigger every year. And I think I missed that one the most. So that was my favorite. But the best one, oh God, there was so many. There's so many.
Any funny stories of like you having to pee while naming everyone coming down the finish line? You're like, hurry up, runners, I have to pee, or
No,
something like, tell me this. How do you get their names right? Or what do you do when you see a name? You're like, oh God, how do I pronounce this?
I'm awful at it. I mispronounce all the time and I feel horrible. So 99% of the time I just announce the first names so I don't mess up the last names. When we used to do back in the day when we used to do awards, you remember when we used to call out awards, you would stand there and wait for your medal or whatever it may be. Those I would butcher. And I would literally be breaking out in a sweat because I was so
Oh
nervous
no.
about it. Yeah, awful. But you know, my favorite, actually the best race was the wine race. Was our very first wine race. We went to the dairy field after. Did you do this one, Erica?
I don't think I
Yes, we
did,
went.
but I wish I did.
We had a little band playing. We had an awesome after party with like a chocolate fountain and cheese and crackers, and we had wine stations.
Oh my
It
God,
was,
that sounds amazing.
I miss that. Like I do, I miss that. And then, COVID happened, but, and kind of put a damper on stuff, but that was such a memorable after party. Like, I think that's the best thing about our races where our after parties were so much fun.
I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes.
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah, we got to. I'm excited to help her out on this one a little more than last time. Now that she's including me a little more, and
I realize I
we'll
really
make
don't want to do it by myself. So the more the merrier.
we'll do our best to make it an enjoyable experience so that it continues for the
Hmm.
TI 10 miler coming up. Is it going to be Mother's Day weekend again, Erica? Did you
It
lock
is.
down a date?
I think so. I gotta still reach out to Steve, the guy, Steve.
Yeah.
Steve the guy.
He did that awesome finish line, the digital finish line.
Yep. He's great.
Chris, I don't know how much you can elaborate, but what is the future for Total Image Racing? Because you have some people like Erica putting on a race now, taking that over,
Hmm.
and you got some things changing. I think Lisa's retiring, and you just got a new job. So what's the future?
Yeah, so this year's been a very like a huge transitional year for us. So we decided no longer to time road races. Like we first started by not organizing our own road races, which was this year, and just continuing to time and help our nonprofits. But at the end of November, the Bow Turkey Trot is our last race that we're timing. We're moving on. Yeah, we have someone who's going to take over some of our races and is buying our stuff, and I'm very excited for him. He's a great guy and I think he's going to do great things, and we're going to be around to help. But yeah, it was time to move on. I've been doing this for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been a business owner for, what, 25, 23 years. So yeah, it's time, and it's one step closer to retirement. My kiddo's in college now and we're empty nesters. So yeah, I just took on the position as manager at Runners Alley in Manchester, which I'm really super excited about. I'm looking forward to bringing community and doing what I do, and bringing community back to the store and doing events with them and continuing to do that. And I still get to see all my running friends and walking friends.
Isn't that great?
So great.
I'm really excited.
You're going to see me down there soon because I need a new pair. I typically, frequently, no, not even frequently, I would only go to the outlets to get my shoes, but I got one of those Runner Alley coupons, and I'm going to come down there and visit you and get at least two pairs.
I
At
love
least
it.
two. Don't let me walk out with one. I need two. I got a new running coach now that we've talked about, and I'm going to be like alternating shoes like I used to when I was really doing well before COVID. I'm getting back into the groove. I'm super excited, and I'm going to come downtown and visit you. The one on Elm Street, right?
Yes. Yep. 669 Elm, right next to George's Clothing Mart. Yep. I was
Love
really
it.
excited. I got to decorate like the front windows and stuff. Like, I love that stuff. It's so cute.
That would be a selling point for me. I'd be all over that too.
Yeah. It's just fun. It's a fun environment. It's not as stressful. We have some great people that come through those stores. And we have a run group there too, Tuesdays and Thursday nights.
Oh,
And they start around 6 p.m. And then we have a run group at 8 a.m. So look out for some events that are going to be taking place with the group. So we'll be having fun there too. So if you can't make a Wednesday night, you could always make Tuesday or Thursday or maybe a Saturday.
what's your excuse now,
Saturday's the
Eric?
morning one.
What's your
Sorry, say that
yeah?
again.
What's your excuse now, Eric?
Oh, calling me out. Kids are my excuse. Hey, if I can be there and push the running stroller, I will. It's more that my daughter, who I got to bring to, I ran into. So my daughter does tumbling on Wednesdays. Now just started this month in Londonderry, and it's like 100 feet from the rail trail. So I take the boys with me. They're 2.5-year-old twins, and we go walk the rail trail. And then all of a sudden, I see all these runners, and I'm like, Oh, I had a bad case of FOMO. I was like, man, I'm missing out right now because they're all running by and they're like, "Hi, are these your boys?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "I wish I was running with you right now." You were at the Stumble In or
Stumble
whatever,
in
and
night, huh? Yep.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that was
So
us.
yeah, that was 2 weeks ago, and I
Oh,
was like, I saw Carol stopped and said hi to the boys, and I saw a lot of people. So
yeah.
I it's the summertime. I made quite a bit. The fall is going to be a lot harder, but maybe now you're right. Maybe Tuesday, Thursday. What was it? Saturday mornings.
Saturday at 8. Yep.
All
Oh,
right,
I
Erica,
have
can
no
you get out?
excuse either, so I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
make it
you
down
can.
to some of these things.
Come
Do
on
you
Just
down.
have to be a
driving. I gotta
member?
drive. That's the one thing.
Is it a club that, hey, I have to drive to Elm Street too?
You're
It's much shorter
closer.
drive.
Yeah.
It's
Well, is it really actually? I'm highway.
club. It's just a running group. It's just a running group from the store.
You just show up if you want to run, or do you sign up for the group like at the store?
Nope, it's free. You just show up. If you don't want to run by yourself, come on down and join the group.
Love
Love
it.
it.
All right, we'll come and check one out.
Okay. That sounds good.
Erica, you still have to ask your big
I
question
will.
though.
I didn't forget.
Uh-oh.
All right, Chris, the
Here.
last question. Not
Uh-oh.
well, hopefully you can take whatever time you need to answer, but we have
I'm not
ourselves a You're not prepared?
I'm not pregnant.
Oh. We have a Spotify playlist. So we like to invite our guests to add a song to it. So whatever song you're feeling at the moment, do you want to add something? Could be inspirational or just something that puts you in a good mood. Whatever you like.
God. There's so many. Oh my
See, it is a
It's a
tough question. I'll give it
yeah.
to him.
See,
Yeah.
oh my goodness. I'm trying to think.
Take your time, honestly.
Some of them I don't even know like the singers. I don't know who it is.
This is where my trivia comes into play because if you say a song title, the chances of me knowing it are very high. So if you can
You're
name it the title.
gonna laugh at this song, but I don't know why. It gets me going. It's getting hot in here.
Yes, that's Nelly. Hot and Her, right?
It reminds me of running Boston because we were at mile. It was like the beginning. I think we are like mile 7 or 8, and they had it blasting, and I was like totally grooving to it, and I'll never forget that song. And
Classic.
it got me in the best mood. Not that I wasn't in a good mood, but it was just really funny. It brings me
I,
back to high school.
I'm pretty sure
Yep.
I have that song on like multiple running playlists. Like it is not just you. That is a banger through and through.
Okay, so I'm not crazy.
Chris, this was so fun. I'm so happy I really officially got to meet you. The only other times before I got to meet you was when you mispronounced my last name because I did get an award at the TI 10 miler years ago. I think I was third
Mm,
overall or something. I got an award. I got a hat, and my daughter wore the hat. You've shared the picture on the Total Image Instagram page before. That's
I
my daughter with the
love that.
medal and the hat.
I love that picture. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Eric. I didn't even realize. Why didn't you
Shame on
say
you.
before?
His name is
Sorry,
very difficult. It's not you. It's him.
Yeah, true, true. And you were not the first and will not be the last, and you were probably not even in the top 100.
Yeah.
You probably got closer, or you're probably like, Eric, and I'm just like, that's me. I could tell the hesitation there. No, but I'm so happy I really got to meet you this past year, this summer. Even over a year ago, you started communicating with us through the pod because we've connected on Instagram. And you're like, we love what you're doing. And Erica's just like, oh, Total Image is awesome. They do these small races and sometimes big races, and they raise a ton of money for great causes. So we knew you were going to be like an instant bond between us, and it's been great. It's been fantastic. And
Honestly, same. I feel the same. It's been really, really nice to get to know you, Eric.
And I'm just so thankful to have you on my team, you know? Like you have just been so wonderful with helping me take over your race cuz I want it to live on. That was one of my favorite races that you guys put on. So, as long as I can keep it going, I'm going to do my best to do it justice, and I just thank you for all the help you gave me along the way, and I'm just so glad that I could see you so often at our Run Walk Brew Club. It's so much fun.
Well, you're the perfect fit for that to take over that race. I mean, people love you. So, yeah, I think it's I think it's amazing. I'm proud of you, Erica.
Thank you
It's
so
her
much.
favorite race, and the one thing she was debating the whole time, she goes, I really want to do it, but it's my favorite race and I don't want to miss out on
Can't run
running
it
it.
anymore. But
And I
I
just
did
said,
run it enough trying to mark the course, so I had my fill until
I said
next year.
you just have to be like Dave McGilvery. Once the last runner comes in, go off and run the course.
Oh, I didn't know he did that. That's amazing.
Yeah, he runs the Boston Marathon course at the end of Marathon Monday every year.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
52 years in a row, I think it is, for Dave McGilvery. So Erica's got to start
That's
hers.
amazing.
I just wanted to celebrate after this one because that was a lot of work in a short amount of time, and I needed to cheers my way through getting through that race. So
Do you see that gray stripe right here
oh
on
yeah,
Erica's head?
it's in there somewhere.
It's her Tulsi Gabbard look. She didn't
It's
have
all
that
secret.
before the TI
Oh no,
10
that's
miler.
bullshit. No, I had that 100%. That was already there.
Well, I got a lot there. So, I'm no one to talk.
Chris, you were amazing. Thank you for doing
Aw.
everything you do in the community. And thanks for coming on the podcast and doing this with us. This was a blast.
Well, it's been an honor. Thank you. I didn't think I was that interesting. So thank you very much for having me.
You were so much fun. We love you, Chris.
I can't wait to have a beer with you at the next Run Walk Brew.
All right. And we'll see you tomorrow at the Halloween run. Can't wait.
Sounds good.
Everybody, that was a ton of fun. Chris
Thank-
Lewis on the On the Runs podcast.
Thank you.
Chris, I love you so much. Thank you for coming on and talking with us. I love you. You are fantastic. We love you.
What a cool interview. You know, it's funny sometimes when we talk to our guests, and I don't know if I cut this out or whatever, but she's like, yeah, I'm just sitting here on the floor with my phone plugged into the wall.
The things we do for podcasting. I mean, I've done that myself. But yeah, she's just so wonderful, and she has such a wonderful impact on our community. So
yeah, that was awesome.
Keep up with the Run Club and everything. It's great.
That was awesome. We learned a little bit about her, a little bit about race management. We learned about how she knew her husband was the one. And we learned a little bit about the future of Total Image, which was, exciting. I know a lot of people maybe want to know. They don't know because they've asked us and we're like, we don't know. So I hope we got a little bit out there.
They're not going anywhere.
And also tomorrow's run, tomorrow as in Wednesday, tomorrow's run is going to be a lot of fun. I am working on a babysitter. I need two actually, because I need one to bring Adeline to tumbling. Yeah, I need one to bring her to tumbling and one to stay with the boys. I'm working on it, but I will 100%.
Well, I'll be there, so
yeah,
make sure to dress up in costume too.
Oh, now you're adding another thing for me to think of. Oh my God, it is Halloween. You're right. Like
Halloween is coming.
What are you doing for Halloween?
I have one party to go to, but I have two costumes, so I think one of them I might actually wear to Run Club on tomorrow.
What do you do on actual Halloween with trick-or-treaters? Do you like turn all the lights off and hide, or are you like
I go out to dinner. There are so many kids in my neighborhood, I will go broke trying to feed them all candy.
Well, you just feed them until you run out. Do you leave a bowl on your porch for them?
No. What? I'm like the Scrooge of Halloween.
What? Where are you going to be so do you always go to the same place for dinner then on Halloween, or you're like, all right, we're going to this spot?
We switch it up, but I think this year we might do hibachi.
I'm so different than you here. If it was
you
my
have
house,
kids. I mean, I just don't have that instinct.
Even without kids, I would have bowls of candy. I would have loud Halloween music outside my house. Kids would come over and it would be like, oh, do we go to that house? Do we not? What do we do?
I'm not creepy house?
I'm not saying I would have the decorations like some others. There's this one house on 93. You don't drive 93, but there's all this construction going on where they're building this new exit. And that's for another episode, because this new exit, there's this whole deal with the Dairy Rail Trail, and should they get a tunnel or not? Or do they make them like risk their lives crossing the road? Build the tunnel, Dairy. But there's this house and I drive by it all the time and I feel so bad because it's right against the highway. Now all the trees are gone and it's just like, this has to suck for them. They have these two gigantic, like blow up ghost outside their house. One of them is on the second floor, actually, out the window, and it's like 10 feet out the window. And I think it's
Wow.
genius on their part. I took pictures actually while driving, dangerous, living on the edge, had to do it for the photo. But as I was saying, like, I would have like some cool little setup. Maybe I would have a box and it'd be like 2 holes. Put your hand in the one that you think has the candy. Maybe one has candy, maybe one is spaghetti.
Uh-huh. That's definitely more fun, but yeah. I'm gonna go get my hibachi food.
All right. Lame.
Yeah. I'm telling you though, if Halloween happened around Christmas time, I would be all for it because I go all out for Christmas. That is the one holiday that I love because everything is just lights and sparkles and it makes me so happy. So
Do you decorate for Christmas on November 1st?
I usually can't get away with November 1st, but if it was up to me, I would. I usually have to do right after Thanksgiving. But like, oh, Thanksgiving dinner's done. I'm in the attic getting the shit out. I get so excited. Or actually, I'll probably like start dragging the bins down the stairs a couple days early.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's my deal. Christmas movies will usually start early November though.
I'm not against it, but man, that's a long 2 months. I'll tell you that.
I love it.
Do
Sparkles and
you
lights
okay?
and awesome.
Okay, are you real Christmas tree or fake Christmas tree?
Oh, fake Christmas tree. My cats would destroy a real one. Hey, I do what I can, man. I have a very
You
small house. It blocks my front door.
you run
Yeah.
away on Halloween and you have a fake Christmas tree.
You should see this thing too. We bought it. So we've been living in our house for 8 years now. And I bought it the first year we moved in. And this thing has seen way better days. Like it is like chunky and there's holes everywhere and it's in bad
Don't you
shape. So
wanna
I think it's
go
time
and,
for a
like
new one, but
don't you wanna go into the forest and, like, have Bran go cut one down and, like, watch him with the
no.
saw and drag it through the woods to your house and put it up?
No, because I don't want sap in my house. I don't want pine needles everywhere.
Guys, where do you
My
stand
way
on this
works,
Christmas tree
man.
debate? Real or fake? Guys,
Who?
I'm asking the listeners,
A
where do you
poll.
stand? I'll put a poll up. Where do you stand? Real Christmas tree or fake Christmas tree? We'll have to do the poll after Halloween because I don't want to ruin it. It's still October.
When I start dragging out the decorations, that's a good time to bring out the poll. How's that sound?
Okay. Hey,
Deal.
can I pump the tires of my run coach for a little bit?
You sure can. I 100% approve.
I freaking love it. I'm 3 weeks in and it's so cool. So Nicole, as you know, is my run coach now. And I've been
Of
talking
course.
for months about needing a run coach. And I told Nicole, when I get one, it will be you. I promise it will be you. And I just finally like, let's just do it. Started October 1st. So it's been, as we're talking right now, 22 days.
Good for you, man.
It's fun. I've missed a few workouts, partly because I was sick, but I found ways to wake them up. She's so flexible. But when you had a run coach years ago, how did you
Mhm.
get your information? Was there an app or did she email you like once a week what to do? How did you get it?
My coach would send me a month in advance all the workouts I needed. So it was like on a weekly basis. And it was just like a spreadsheet kind of thing. So I would have paces to hit, mileage goals, all that kind of stuff, even strength training. But unfortunately, I kept getting injured. I didn't have a strong enough base, I don't think. So the run coach thing didn't work out for me. But I mean, I liked everything she was doing. She would check in with me weekly. She could see my Garmin and my Strava and all that stuff. And she would ask me if I needed to tweak things. And
Mhm,
she
mhm.
was a great coach. I just kept hurting myself. So
Well,
didn't work
don't
out.
hurt yourself, but I was curious how you were getting your information because I
Mhm.
did not
Yes.
know how this was gonna happen, and all of a sudden, there's an introduction email, and it's like, "Download this app," so I download the app, it's called V.O2. It is freaking awesome. She's updating
That's cool.
my schedule, like, biweekly, 2 weeks in advance, and she's kind of
Okay.
updating it if she has to, and it's telling me, like, what to do on this day and what to do that day, and she leaves me little blurbs about what she wants out of me. Do I always read the
I
blurbs? I
like it.
kinda forgot they were there, and I
Dude,
ran
read the
faster.
blurbs.
I ran faster than what
It's
she
like,
told me
read the
to, and I was like,
captions.
so
Always read the captions.
I've learned to do that, and I will do that going forward. But it's been great. She like if I'm like, hey, I'm sick. I am, as we said, liquid diet out of my cornhole. What did we talked
What a
about this?
visual.
What were we gonna call it? What were we gonna call it? A bunghole. We decided to change it to bunghole.
Which is
She's
not any better. They're
she's
all
like,
terrible.
hey, you're sick.
Uh,
I get it. When you feel up, when you're better, let's talk and we'll rearrange this week and we'll make sure
mhm.
you get your good workouts in, but also don't like overdo it and hurt yourself. Get the strength training and still it's been awesome. So
See, that is
I
a quality coach right there. Somebody who is going to work with you, doesn't want to overtrain you, that wants you to succeed, and she will rearrange however you need. That's Nicole. Keep doing what you're doing. That's awesome.
and then one day I just get a random text from her. Hey, I'm just checking in. How you feeling today? I'm like,
See,
whoa,
she
coach,
cares
like,
too. Like, it's
yes.
so good.
Yes, I love it.
That's what you
So
need.
I'm on the team with Ron Kuzmar and Ron. I got to bring
Yes.
Ron back for a little, like maybe we do a little 15-minute segment called "Don't Tell My Coach" or something. That'd be fun.
Ooh, I am on board for that also.
Yeah,
I feel like we need a
I
recap with him because he just had a really good race. He
he
did
just
Bay
ran.
State, so
Everyone ran Bay
he
State.
did
A lot of
great.
people today, when we were recording, did the New England
Hmm.
half. Like, great
Yeah.
job, guys. Great weekend. It was a good weather day today. I know
Sunday
that.
was a good weather day.
Yeah, yeah, it was
Well,
great.
actually, Saturday morning I feel was all right, but
No, I wasn't.
oof,
I was
not
outside
even
with.
that good.
No. I mean, it got worse, of course, yeah. So if there was
Oh yeah.
ever a good point to Saturday, it was in the morning, but I'm really happy about this. I feel, you know what? Part of me feels like I have to do it. Like I'm committed. So I
Yeah.
have, but
Accountability.
the best part is this schedule. I have a schedule and I no longer have to think like I really want to run today. I should do a workout. Like now I have a plan. It's
Yeah.
like, do this workout. And the next week, it's going to be a step up and a step up. And I'm
Yeah.
sure she'll throw in taper weeks. I just
Hmm.
I need to do a better job managing my time when I'm going to run. I got to get in some structure and I'm working on it because my
Good for
strength
you.
training has been Peloton rides. And it's like sometimes like, oh, I got all day to do that. I could do that at 9 p.m. And I'm like, I don't want to do it at 9 p.m. So my Monday run is 3.5 miles, and that
Hmm.
will be my 5K for Jay. It's tending. My workouts are on Wednesdays, and my long runs are on Fridays right now. I like long run
Oh,
Friday.
okay. Did you get to pick like what days you do your workouts so
Yes,
she can schedule you appropriately, I guess?
yeah. There was a like a questionnaire, like a get to know your runner type like email thing with a bunch of questions and what do you
Yep.
prefer? How many? What days? What day do you want the week to start and end? And
Ah,
I said, I want to do my running during the week because it's so hard to do it on a weekend. And Fridays,
right.
I'm like, I work from home. I can easily run out of the house and get in a long run. Not like a 20 miler. I'll have to
Hmm.
like tell my boss, yo, I'm going to be out all morning, but, or just push it. Like I told her, hey, I'm running in the race on Saturday, and I'm sure if I look at the app, it will not have me running a long run on Friday. It will be on Saturday. So
That's good. I like the
yeah.
flexibility. That's nice.
It's awesome. So I will do this like maybe
Good.
bi-weekly. I'm not gonna talk about it every week, but let's do like a bi-weekly run coach update. And soon when you get your run coach, whoever that may be, we'll
Hmm.
do a
You
comparison and
got so
everything.
many options. Oh my gosh.
We've
But
met
dude,
so many.
all I can say is your confidence is just off the charts. I can like feel how confident you're getting and I'm so proud of you. I'm just so proud. Just keep it up and I'm sure your coach is super proud of you also.
Well,
And all the listeners, right?
I'm
Come
just
on,
I'm
guys.
just I'm just happy to have like something going for me right now. Like
You
I
got some
feel like
structure. It's getting you back.
I'm getting back. Like I'm gonna get back to 199. You know, when I did my big Ironman, I was just under 200 pounds. Like that, maybe that could be the goal, just to see 199. I mean, 199 would be cool to see again. That would be cool to see. I don't need to be like 170 or something, but 199, that's a good number.
There you go,
Just under
man.
two. Just under two. I was just hovering over 230 in the last few months. So I'm like, ooh, Eric, lay off the donuts, bud.
Well, this is a step in the right direction, getting you more active. So
Yeah.
At least for me being active means I get to eat a little bit more. So I need to make some smarter choices too.
Well, actually, maybe I don't really have to lay off the donuts. I just need to do the running like I'm doing that I wasn't doing. So I think it was Alex Larson who's like, carbs are good. Eat the carbs. So, all right, we're going to keep eating the carbs on occasion, donuts on
Yes.
occasion, and we're just going to pick up the run game. Thank you, Nicole. If you are interested in learning more about Nicole and her run coaching, you can find her on Instagram at Run the Journey. So I'm pretty, or you can just drop me a line and I'll connect you.
I was
I'll
going to
be like,
say, you're
yo,
pretty happy to talk about it. So
yeah,
you'll
yeah.
talk her up real good.
I will. Absolutely. She's
Mhm.
awesome. So thank you, Nicole.
Absolutely.
It's been a great 22 days and I'm looking forward to what's next. I have actually not looked because I got the email today. Your coach has added like 14 workouts. And I'm like, ooh, does she like me? Does she hate me? What's it going to be? Let's get back to you because this podcast is all about you.
Hardly. I am very excited to share this though.
Yeah, last week you and I recorded the Ghost Train recap, but we dropped it for our patrons only. And
Mhm.
today we are going to drop it for the rest of you.
I really hope you guys enjoy my as close as I could get to 15-minute recap on Ghost Train. It was a lot of fun, and I was happy to talk about it. It's always
Yeah, it
fun
was
to
great.
recap races.
It's also on our YouTube channel. So if you want to see us, and there might be a little bonus 5 minutes of us talking about cornholes and where the word came from and everything, and Beavis and Butthead, you can see that too on the YouTube channel. So yeah, it was a lot of
Are we
fun.
are we weirdos now? Like we
We're
got cornhole talk and
we've been weirdos this whole time. We have a poop
yeah, who are we kidding?
emoji for our logo.
Out of all the things I forget about that.
By the way,
I love us.
I am so
Yes.
excited for these poly mailers. Thank you, Sticker Mule. Like, how cool is this?
Those are so badass. I am obsessed with those.
I ordered a starter pack for $9. You get 10. And I'm like, I only need 10 because most of the people are local and I'm going to get them their t-shirts. But like, let's just use your best friend, Brittany Charbonneau.
Brittany's getting a package
How
soon.
excited do you think she'll be when she gets a package with our logo on it?
I hope she
So
loves
I'm
it.
so excited. So I said I ordered the starter pack. It was for 10. They gave me 20.
They
I
must
was
love you. Holy
I
shit.
yes, yes. And I ordered more stickers because it was a sticker deal. And I got the I don't know, we'll just call it the shiny one. Like what would you call it?
Holographic ones.
Holographic
Yes.
ones. Yeah. So I'll throw those in these poly mailers with the t-shirts and I'll have them at the race. I even ordered more stickers. I don't know if they'll be in before the race, but another deal came by. It's the algorithm's great for that. When you're looking up sticker deals, you get every brand out there that makes stickers.
Yep. I mean, we have tried a bunch of sticker brands, just trying to figure out which ones we like, which ones are cost effective, all that boring stuff. But Sticker Mule, I keep going back to over and over again because they have the best quality, the most fun options. Like,
Yeah.
hello, like you have that. I have glitter ones. We've done like all different colors. Like it's a blast. So they definitely get my vote.
Yeah, Sticker Mule is definitely the go-to and the best quality.
Mhm.
There's tons of deals on stickers. Magnets, I wish there were more deals on magnets because their
Well,
magnets
we'll
are
keep our
great.
eyes out. They do them every once in a while.
Yeah,
So
they're great deals, but
mm,
the magnets are not cheap actually compared to the stickers.
that's true. But I feel like they do that the special like the same deal like 50 for 19 or whatever that maybe it's 29. I don't know.
I think it's
But
29.
it is better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What Ghost Train? Let's do it. Get to Ghost Train, and then we'll come back and we'll tell people not to forget to stretch. How about that?
Enjoy, you guys. My recap of the Ghost Train Haunted Sunset 30 miler.
All right, everybody, we're back. What's up? This is our special Ghost Train Race Recap Edition. If you are listening right now, you're either on Patreon because you're one of our amazing patrons, or you might be listening on our YouTube channel because both of those are going to drop before this actually goes on the pod next week for episode 79, which if you are listening on episode 79, we freaking love you too because you guys are freaking awesome. So, Erica, let's get into Ghost Train.
I feel like we're blowing this a little out of proportion. I had a lot of fun and it was cool, but hopefully I can make this into a pretty
This is
good recap.
practice for like, is this going to be a thing we do next year? We're testing the waters. Are we going to do like an extended outro every week that drops on Thursday? Are we going to do race recaps that drop the first week on Patreon or on YouTube and then later on the pod for people? Like this is
Yeah, we
to
got
maybe
some
get,
decisions to make, right?
yeah, this is
Who
maybe
knows?
like we need to do something to benefit our patrons, and I want to reward the people on YouTube and kind of bump those numbers up because that's what my goal is: grow the YouTube channel. Throw these. The YouTube's going to be fun because they're going to be like uncut, unhinged. I'm not going to do much editing at all, so you're going to get a lot of
Unhinged.
or a lot of fun stuff that I might edit out of the actual pod. There might be some longer pauses, or it might be like, "No, you go. No, you go." But this
Well,
is going to be
that's how this works.
this is going to be the unedited, raw, unhinged race recap of the Ghost Train 2024 when Erica ran through the night and she never knew if a ghost was going to come over and grab her.
How do I beat that? Although you did say 2024, it's not 2024.
Oh man, I'm everywhere.
Blew it. Nah, that's okay.
Who you going to call though? Ghostbusters.
Ghost Train. No. So you guys know I ran Yeti the last weekend of September. So this is just 2 weeks post Yeti. And me being the super smart kid I am, I had signed up for the Ghost Train Haunted Sunset 30 miler. So if you're familiar with Ghost Train at all, it's kind of cool.
Which
you
that's
start,
like a 5K for you, right? You run hundreds now. So it's a 30 mile or 5K.
God damn it. I'm pumping myself up too much. This was not easy by any means. Like, the miles count. They definitely count. But this went from like the Hollis Brookline area all the way into Milford. So I guess one pass is 7.5 miles. So like a full lap would be 15. And so I had to do 2 full laps of this thing. And it was kind of on the technical side. Like me being wicked smart, just getting used to trails, I pick a race in the dark with roots and rocks and stuff. So there's where I'm at with with this race. But I get there before I even get there on Saturday afternoon, I got rear-ended in my car.
Are we finally going to
lady-
get to a new car? Your car's like ancient. Are we getting a new
I
car?
love my car. No, there was no damage, but I was literally 2 minutes away from getting to the race.
That's a
I was
shame.
stopped at the bottom of a hill waiting to turn, and some lady just tapped me. She had
They
a
say
Jeep.
it
and I
always
was like,
happens.
"What?"
Yeah, they say it always happens in the first mile or the last mile of your drive.
Literally, that I was
Yeah.
2 minutes away. I was like, "Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?" Like, I got out, there was really no damage. I think just her like bumper made a little mark on
Guys,
mine, but
her
it was
car
like,
is
what the
so
hell?
old, she has to roll her windows down. A lot of people don't know what that is.
That's not true. Although this lady did break my backup camera. Like, it has been kind of on the fritz for a while, and it kind of like jolted it back out, so it doesn't work anymore.
Tell everybody
but I'm
what
like,
you drive.
I have a Nissan Altima Coupe, and it is my favorite thing. They don't make
What
that
year?
anymore, so a 2010. But I bought it in 2011, so
It's newer than
it's
I
kicking.
thought. Okay.
Is it?
Okay.
What? How old did you think it was?
I was thinking like
Beautiful. I love that car.
06, 07.
No. I would have caved it by now, but
So you're going
But
to
yeah,
cave
that
in
was
the
a-
next couple of years?
yes, I will be getting a new car in the next couple of years. But that's beside the point.
Just to stick on the cars, next summer, I think I'll be purchasing a new car.
For your truck?
I am debating between a Toyota Tundra or a Toyota Corolla.
Those are very different vehicles.
They
I
are.
feel like you got to stick with the Tundra.
If I
the
buy
trucks,
the
right?
Corolla, I'm keeping my Tacoma. Hey, that rhymes.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yep.
that's better. You always want to have the truck with the
Or maybe
the
a
bed and
Prius. I
stuff.
might splurge and get the Prius, the new Prius.
Mhm.
It looks sexy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice
But
hybrid.
anyways, this is your recap, not my debate about what cars
It's
we're
just
gonna
us
buy.
shooting this shit
So
again.
you
This
got
is not going to be
rear-ended.
15 minutes.
You got rear-ended.
Yeah.
Did you file a police report?
I did not, just because
You need to file a police report.
I had no damage. It like
It
didn't
doesn't
even
matter.
wreck
You are not at
anything.
fault. Like now something could happen and
Well, then I'll get a new car. I don't know. We'll see.
If
I
you were
have
the
her
one,
info.
if you were the one who rear-rotted her cornhole, I would say, okay, no police report. But your cornhole is the one that got rear-ended, and
Do
you
you
should
have
file
to
one.
word it like that?
What word should I use? A poop scoop?
I don't even know. I just got really tired all of a sudden. This is going to be interesting.
So you got
But
rear-ended, not
yep.
in the
So
fun kind of way.
no, I guess not. Oh man. But yeah, I'm on the way to the race. So this race started at 6 p.m. This is like we're getting into anchor down territory where it's like a night race, and although I was finished before the sun rose again, which was nice. But for those night races, it's always so weird. Like I never know what to really do. Like I slept in, like what do I eat all day? So these these races are always a learning experience, and there's always room for mistakes. So mistake number 1, you ready? I ate an entire box of macaroni and cheese for lunch. So just keep that in the back of your mind, okay? My belly's full of macaroni and cheese.
Can I tell you, Ashley ate mac and cheese hours before giving birth to Adeline, and that was a mistake.
Oh God, that sounds a little more painful than what I went through. So I'll give her the credit. But yeah, so I had macaroni and cheese, and I was like, yeah, this is great. Usually the day before a race, so why not on race day? Like only 5 hours before I have to go for a 30-mile run. That's a great idea. But I did learn some things from Yeti. I watched these videos, and I taped my feet up with KT tape so well that I had no foot problems that whole time. It was excellent. And I did buy gaiters. Seriously, one of the best purchases I've made. Like it was so good. So I was at least like the bottom half of me was ready to go run. Everything else was kind of in the air because this was only the second run I had done since Yeti. And the first one was just like a 20-minute Peloton run just to see if I could do it without hurting.
Shout out Bex.
Yes, it was a Bex class actually. So yeah, I was a little like, how is this going to go? I wasn't totally confident going into it, but I get to Milford. I'm going to pick up my bib, and like right in front of the table is our 2 girls, and Leslie and Emily are their names. And they actually found us last year because of our hamster wheel recap.
Yeah, hamster wheel.
I don't think we actually met them officially, but they reached out through Instagram saying that they found like the recap, and like they had the same experience as me pretty much with like the itchy feet, and like, I mean, they did way better than I did, but yeah, it was kind of fun that I actually got to meet them. So I spent the time talking to them before we started.
Now,
And
were they like,
oh, go ahead.
did they recognize you and say, you know, this is Erica from On the Runs? Or, yeah, so it was the podcast.
They knew me. They said, hey, you're Erica. And she's like, I'm Leslie. This is Emily. And I was like, oh my God, yes, I see you guys on Instagram all the time. So it was nice to put the names to the faces and actually get to chat. So the beginning of the race went fine. They were so nice that they let me stick with them. Because they run together all the time. They run like the New Boston Rail Trail all the time. And I just kind of like tucked in behind them, and we just chatted, and we had a total blast. We were taking pictures and just talking about anything and everything. And it went fine. The first pass down to where Hollis, yeah. And then on the way back, there's an aid station at some power lines that's like halfway between. And Emily had to use the toilets, and I grabbed myself an oatmeal cream pie, and I was like, this is a great little snack. Like, here I am drinking sodas, like, because that's how ultra running works. You eat snacks and you drink soda, and it's like total garbage going into your system. I literally make it maybe a half a mile away from that aid station towards Milford, and I start getting like the worst cramps. I was like, oh no, this is going to be pretty bad. Like I was like running a little slower, like had to do a little clench, if you will. I was like, this is bad. Oh no. So I'm just counting the miles until I can actually get to the end, the aid station. And lo and behold, I fall down again.
You
I fucking
you
eat shit.
clumsy thing.
I am not good at trail running, you guys. Like
But at least you
can't.
embrace it now. You used to be a gigantic bleep about it.
True. But honestly, this one kind of felt like there were just so many pine needles that like it was like falling onto a pillow. Like nothing hurt. But I got real worried because I literally thought I pulled a you when you were in your truck and you reached over and your little came out. I was like, oh my God, did I shit myself? Like I like kind of kept it in, and then I was like, all right, I can still keep up with them for a little while. And we get to the checkpoint, and so you have to run through timing mats, and then like the aid station's right there, and then the bank of toilets was like down a driveway. Like it was kind of far away. It was maybe like, I don't know, it was far enough away. But I just go running right by the aid station up to the toilets, and they're like, you know that you go back to the course this way. And I'm like, I know, I gotta go to the bathroom. So literally it like unleashed. I had such an upset stomach at that point. But I think I was like, I got it all out. I'm feeling good, ready to go out for the next lap. So I'm still sticking with Emily and Leslie. And then I was like, you guys should just go. I need to walk for a little bit.
Yes.
It was coming again. I was like, oh no. It's just such an uncomfortable like situation. Like I did have tissues with me if need be, but I was like determined to make it to the next, like the aid station in the middle again. And let me tell you, I'm glad I did, because it was probably the most fun porta potty experience I've ever had. This is so weird, but
wait. Say that again.
It was the most fun porta potty experience I've ever had. So these guys were such a blast. So what they did, you know those like the Christmas lights that you set in front of your house and it just shines all over your house? They had one of those set up over the bank of porta potties. They're bumping music, and you go in, and what's really nice about their porta potties, it had like a motion sensor light on top, so you didn't have to use like a headlamp or anything. So like it lights up. And then this race is sponsored by, I think it's Aileen Candles. They had freaking scented candles lit in there. I was like, this is like the most magical experience.
This is like the reel I sent you and a few people the other day with the button in the bathroom.
It pretty much was, but so I had to do a little if you remember from my Yeti recap, they had Eric Brumbelow was the one who did the bathroom selfie. I did myself like a Brumbelow. I Brumbelowed in the bathroom, took a selfie, and I pretty much got everything out again. But the second you step out of the porta potties, everybody cheered for you. And I was like, is this me? Are you cheering for me? Like I had to laugh. And
are these like spectators or just runners running by?
They're the volunteers. The volunteers are doing it. And so I was kind of confused getting out myself, but then like I'm still standing by them and somebody else comes out and they're cheering again. I was like, oh, I get it. Like, so I mentioned something to them on the way back that like, you guys just made me smile. You made my race. Like, keep doing what you're doing. This is great.
If you were cheering for her, send us a DM and we'll send you some stickers and magnets and some goodies. That's
I posted in their Facebook group, so I think I can get you some names, but it's awesome. So that was really fun. But the rest of the race went pretty good. I mean, I didn't shit myself, but I came pretty damn
I'm
close.
going to play this for you guys. There's this big red button in the bathroom, and when you push the button in the bathroom, this is what happens. And it's a disco party in the bathroom.
I love it. I mean, it was kind of like that. I think they were playing Beastie Boys when I was in there. So I was like, all right, I can get over it.
Almost 80 episodes. We're finally getting like an epic Code Brown from Erica Hamill.
Oh my God. I mean, I literally, those were the two worst spots. Like it was mile 15 and then mile 19. I was like, if I don't get to a toilet soon, bad things will happen to me. But the rest of the race went fine. I only fell that one time. This might actually be a really short recap. But I finished the race. It took me 6 hours and 37 minutes, and I'm really proud of that. Even doing some walking, there was a hill. I mean, it was technical in some spots, but I was kind of sad I didn't get to see it in the daylight because all the foliage, and it was supposed to be really pretty around there. But
So there
But
were
yeah.
other people there doing a longer race, like a 100-miler, maybe a 50, right?
Yep.
Because Sonia was there doing the 100.
Yep, Sonia was there. Well, so they were signed up for the 30 hours and they were shooting for 100. So Sonia hit her goal. Super proud of her. And then I felt really bad because Sheila was there and she saw me, but I forgot that she was going to be there. So I was like, Sonia? And she's like, no,
Oh.
it's Sheila. I was like, shit, Sheila, nice to see you. And I saw her a couple of other times, but Sheila had some of the coolest looking, like, light up jacket. She had light up boots. Like, I took pictures of her, so I will send them to you. And she was just rocking it out there. And she also hit her 100-mile goal. So I'm just super proud
Yes.
of you guys. Like, that
God, I'm
was
gonna have to do
that was a
100
tough
now.
one. Well, hey, if you ever want to, I think I might go for. So I still have Hamster Wheel coming up, and I'm gonna shoot for the stars and see if I can go for the 100 there. But I might do the whole Ghost Train next year because that seemed like a really cool thing. Like they had this whole like stretch of pumpkins lit up, which was kind of weird because there was a scented candle in each one of those. So when you run by, you're like, "What am I smelling?" It's just like all kinds of different things. But it was really cool. They decorated with like skeletons and they had like a couple of tunnels that you ran through that were just lit up all over the place. Like it was super, super cool. It was a blast. Like I'm glad that my body's actually cooperating still. Like I was a little iffy about that if I should have run it or should have canceled, but I'm not
You-
one to DNF if I have any choice.
Yes, I love it. Well, good job. Congrats.
Thanks.
It sounded like a lot of fun. I totally forgot
was
it
a
was
blast.
this weekend when it happened. But
I know I was sending you messages. Oh, we saw Patrick Karen there too because he was there with Move Free. He was selling some
nice.
merch.
Yes.
I bought myself a Trail Animals Run Club shirt with a squirrel on it. I'll have to show you later.
Awesome. What do you buy me?
A sticker.
Erica, thank you so much for giving us that recap on Ghost Train. That was awesome. Those magical porta potties, they sound so amazing.
Did I actually call them the party potties? Because that's what I was calling them in my head because those things were like bumping and those were like the coolest set of porta potties I've ever been to.
Maybe you did, and for some reason,
Take
just the
notes,
word
people.
magical's in my head. Oh, that sounded like so
They
much fun.
were. Oh my God. It was an absolute blast. So I will be signing up next year. I think I might actually go big and do the whole 30-hour one so I could get the full Ghost Train experience. It was so much fun.
So, Sheila, I loved your outfit. I loved her outfit. But it reminded me.
Everybody loved it. So good.
It reminded me of one thing. When I was a young lad living in Charlotte, North, we would go to these clubs. It was club time. It's like you try to look nice, you go to clubs and you're out there, and there are these girls out there dancing on these high top tables or stages. Well, I'm not talking strip club. Get it. You're
I'm like,
such
what
a
clubs
dirty
were you
mind.
going to, man?
No, these
I
are
don't
like
know. I
dance
can't picture
clubs.
them.
These were dance
Okay.
clubs, and they would have these. They called them
Sure
go-go.
they were.
I think they called them go-go girls, and they had these big furry boots and like fur whatever here, and it would be
Boots
like
with the
super.
fur, with the
It'd be
fur.
super bright or glow in the dark or something. And I looked at that image of her, and I'm like, oh, that's just like those hot go-go girls in Charlotte, North Carolina clubs.
I saw her and I had to stop her. I felt really bad at one point because I was like, Sheila, I'm on my last lap. I'm not going to see you again. Can I please get a picture? So I took that awesome picture of her, and then I tried to get like a selfie of the two of us, but her outfit wasn't bright enough to make us both like the faces pop out of the picture. So, but I'm just so incredibly proud of her. That was her first ultra. Did I tell you that?
No.
Her first ultra was 100-miler. Like my mind is blown. You didn't see me doing that.
So
I would not have jumped right into 100.
And she got 100. She got the buckle, right?
She got the buckle. Actually,
Nice
Ghost Train
job.
does this really cool thing where they give you a railroad spike, but you can buy a buckle too. But like it's a railroad spike from that rail trail. It's really cool.
So then tell me, who else got a railroad spike?
Our good friend Sonia did it too. And she did it really fast too. She did like a sub 24.
Damn!
You guys are just amazing.
Really?
You guys are yes, they are just so awesome. I have cool ass friends. Let me just tell you, yourself included. So,
I was just going to say, am I in that group?
yeah. Oh, absolutely. I associate myself with fun people. I'm just, mind is blown. It's absolutely blown.
Well, anyways, this is a fun episode. Let's it's we got Halloween coming up, which we know you're not taking a part of. You're gonna go
Yeah,
and do
I'm grinching my way out of that.
right.
Sorry.
But everyone, have fun this Halloween weekend. Be safe, do fun things. If you have kids, just enjoy it, have a blast. They're only young for so long. And then don't forget to follow us on Instagram, subscribe to that YouTube channel. And if you really love us, I know you all love you. I'm not meaning to say you don't, but go check us out on Patreon and be a friend of the pod or a lover of the pod. $4 or $9 a month. We love it. Thank you so much to our, I think we got 10 or 11 already.
Ugh,
And
amazing, amazing Patreons.
yeah,
Love you
we're,
all.
we're going to continue to do little things like those race recaps or jibber jabber, just fun stuff that the YouTube channel and Patreon are both going to grow in 2024. And when I say grow, like we're going to be dropping more and more out there. So Erica's got a lot of work ahead of her. She's going to manage her time well and figure it out. Super excited. Thanks for doing everything, Erica.
Anything for you guys. Anything for you
Love
guys.
it. Thank you guys so much. Have a great week and a great Halloween weekend. Erica, take us home.
Stay spooky, everyone. And don't forget to stretch.
3, 2, 1, yeah!
All right. So this week, who are we going to finally get to meet?
Oh, I'm so excited. We finally got to talk to Christine Lewis. She's one of my favorite people on the planet.
That's not where I was going.
What? How are you not going there?
This weekend, who do we finally get to meet?
Oh, do you want to restart that then?
No, this is perfect.
No, you got to restart that. Bag it up.